So Buendia was super interesting. So he was playing for Cultural Leonesa, who was a really tiny team in Spain, and they were right near the bottom of the second division. Segunda is on loan from Getafe in the top league at the time, and the sort of technical scouts at the time, this guy called Chris Badland, who I don't know where Chris is now, and obviously Mariella, who we both know well, were looking at his data, and they were like, his expected assists is like off the charts. So what we did in the end, and again, it sometimes can sound a bit basic for people, but it's like, well, let's watch every attacking action he's done and judge for ourselves, because the data is telling us that he should have a lot more assists than what he's got. Let's have a look. Let's make our own mind up, and let's visualize. Okay, if that was our centre forward, would he score? And when you watch the chances he created, it was absolutely ridiculous. And basically, it's the fella up front may as well have been me. You know, he was useless. And so you end up looking at it going, wow, okay, if he was in our team, and that's where you have to use the data, but also a bit of imagination and go, okay, if he played for us, would we score that type of chances? And that led on to a different decision as well, because ultimately, the type of chances he created, we probably didn't have the profile of striker at the time who probably would score them. At the time, we had Cameron Jerome, who was getting a little bit older, didn't really want to run in behind anymore. Nelson Oliveira only wants to come to the ball. So we were like, well, actually, if Buendia was playing for us today, he probably wouldn't expected goals probably wouldn't go up that much anyway. So that then really led us, because we signed him in the January, but we left him out in Spain until the summer. We didn't bring him with us because we couldn't break the loan. So what we did, we then spent the last 6 months of that, season looking for a striker who could run in behind. And that led us to Teemu Pukki, because we analysed all the goals that Pukki's scored over 3 years, and he scored 20 a season for Bromby 3 years in a row. And the percentage of goals that he scored from the type of assist that Buendia, his trademark, creates, it looked like a match made in heaven, and obviously it ended up being a match made in heaven for sure. But yeah, I think that was not necessarily the best, but a very, very good example of the two worlds colliding. The data really asking some unobvious questions, and then when you saw it with your eyes, it was obvious. But if you just looked at his pure stats at the time when we signed him of goals and assists, you wouldn't have signed him. You would have gone,